an international ghost hunter investigates a residence notorious for a grim past where an entire family was found. To catch any residual energy, he rigs the home with multiple camera angles. The activity starts almost immediately. Furniture begins sliding across the floor and household objects are held by unseen hands. The night culminates in a violent poltergeist display captured clearly on CCTV, proving that something very physical and very angry still inhabits the halls. Deep in a remote palm oil plantation, a paranormal investigator from the channel Setpam Explore captures a terrifying bait and switch. While navigating the dense trees, he spots a woman standing perfectly still in the darkness. As he approaches, the figure undergoes a bone-chilling transformation, morphing into a boken, a shroud-bound ghost, right before his eyes. Panicked, he flees the scene, only to be cornered by another aggressive apparition that manifests just as he attempts to escape. investigator Jupri Karim ventured into a cursed forest specifically to hunt the legendary Kuyang, a floating head with trailing organs. After hours of being stalked by something peeking behind his tent, he decided to set a trap using raw chicken as bait. In a stunning turn of events, his camera captures a shadowy figure approaching the bait and getting tangled in his netting. The creature appears to lose consciousness, allowing the hunter to approach the captured anomaly.
Suara kuntilanak teman-teman, akan tetapi yang saya dengar tadi itu kayak seperti buyang ya teman-teman ya. Ada yang muncul teman-teman, yang muncul teman-teman, yang muncul, yang masuk perangkap teman-teman, yang masuk perangkap, yang masuk perangkap teman-teman. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Dia masuk perangkap teman-teman. Dia kayak pingsan teman-teman. Oke, kita bawa aja ini teman-teman. Ini kita bawa aja ya, sampai saya ikat.
The creator behind Chicak Camping decided to spend the night in a deep forest near a flowing river, but the environment turned hostile quickly. In the middle of the night, the river levels rose at an impossible speed, nearly swallowing his tent. Despite the danger, he stayed, only to be met with blood-curdling screams echoing from the tree line. When he retreated to his tent to monitor his external cameras, he captured a horrifying entity watching him from the darkness, confirming he wasn't alone in the flood.
Suara apa ini teman-teman? Apakah suara hewan? Cek CCTV ya.
Following a tip from local villagers about a haunted woodland, a YouTuber sets up camp in an area said to be crawling with spirits. Throughout the night, the forest comes alive with the sound of moving objects and strange whispers. While patrolling the perimeter of his campsite, he comes face to face with a pale woman standing in the brush. He attempts to greet her, but the encounter turns sinister as she vanishes and reappears, forcing him to recite prayers for protection.
La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. Astagfirullah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Qul a'udzu birabbin nas, malikin nas, ilahin nas, min syarril waswasil khannas, alladzi yuwaswisu fi sudurin nas, minal jinnati wan nas. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
Continuing his exploration of the dense forest, Satpam Explore enters a structure used as an emergency shelter. The activity reaches a breaking point when a Boking appears in the wood, standing tall and immobile. The investigator is visibly shaken as the figure creates a heavy, oppressive energy in the room. Even as he tries to maintain his composure, the spirit toys with his perception, appearing and disappearing in the cramped, dark corridors. renowned ghost hunter Kipranalulu explores a massive, abandoned tourism site that has fallen into decay. The atmosphere is heavy with the sound of disembodied laughter and falling debris. Suddenly, a Kunti-Mera, vengeful female spirit in a red dress, manifests directly in his path. As he gives chase, the spirit blurs out of existence, leaving him alone in the sprawling, dilapidated ruins.
Ada benda-benda jatuh. Kali ini saya pastikan saya nggak halu. Sejauh mana tempat atau shelter ini dianggap angker oleh orang-orang yang pernah sebatas datang dan menghampiri tempat ini. Ini nggak bercanda ini. Oh, setan alas. Sialan lo. Saya ngelihat fenomena penampakan. Walaupun kalian terbuat dari api, kalian nggak sadar. Manusia terbuat dari tanah. Kecuali manusia NPD yang terbuat dari tanah sengketa. Jol, kalian bisa tulis di kolom komentar ya guys. Saya mendengar suara ini. Ada suara di sini nih. Saya nggak pakai sepatu lagi. Ya Rahim, ya Rahman, ya Ghafur, ya Ghaffar, ighfir lana warhamna wa anta khairur rahimin. Astagfirullahaladzim, Allahu Akbar, astagfirullahaladzim, astagfirullahaladzim, pocong, astagfirullahaladzim, la haula wala quwata illa billahil aliyil azim. Kampret, ada orang. Astagfirullahaladzim, astagfirullahaladzim. Walaupun kalian mampu menciptakan ilusi atau mengubah cara pandang seseorang terhadap sesuatu yang membuat yang salah terlihat benar atau sebaliknya, enggak? Sialan, banyak banget kodok lagi di sini. Astagfirullahaladzim. La haula wala quwata illa billahil azim. La haula wala quwata illa billahil azim. Astagfirullahaladzim. 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 Kaget gue, sialan. Syaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Qul ya ayyuhal kafirun la a'budu ma ta'budun wala antum ma'abiduna ma'abud wala antum ma'abiduna ma'abud wala ana abidu ma'abatum la ilaha illa.
An international ghost hunter explores a cluster of long-abandoned buildings left behind by their owners for unknown reasons. After rigging the rooms with CCTV to catch any movement, he monitors the feed from a distance. The cameras pick up a series of bone-chilling events, including a distinct white shadow gliding across the frame. When he returns to the room to investigate the anomalies, he is chased out by an aggressive sound that seems to follow his every move.
Кто здесь? Она реально закрыла ее. Нафиг, надо пробовать ИГФ.
Investigator Satpam Explore ventures into a former forest that residents transformed into a plantation. Locals claim to be frequently terrorized by a kuntilanak that appears late at night. As the explorer navigates the dark rows of trees, he hears the unmistakable sound of a woman sobbing in the distance. His camera begins to blur as he captures a terrifying white figure manifesting among the foliage. Terrified by the clear sighting, he immediately retreats, barely escaping the area as the spirit lingers in the darkness.
Kedengaran gak? Ada suara tangisan loh. Suaranya dari sana. Siapa? Siapa itu? Ada yang nangis. Ada yang nangis. Allah Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Apa sih itu? La ilaha illallah. Aku nggak salah lihat kayak ini. Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Kuntilanak. Sadarku. Apa itu sana itu? Ini yang tadi. Ini yang tadi. Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar. Oke, kita balik. Kita balik.
The creator of Jajak Camping decides to test his nerves by spending the night in a notoriously haunted forest. While he sleeps, His motion-activated camera records a horrifying entity with glowing eyes watching his tent. Unaware of the danger, the explorer continues to rest as the figure slowly inches closer toward his thin nylon shelter. He eventually wakes up to a series of strange occurrences, realizing through his monitor that something non-human was just inches away.
Gak ada apa-apa di CCTV. Loh, betul-betul CCTV. Apa nih? Keluar.
A horror vlogger camps in a forest where the body of a woman was once discovered, leading to rumors of intense hauntings. While he talks to the camera, a Pokken, a shroud-bound ghost appears floating directly behind him before vanishing into thin air. Later that night, the entity reappears in front of him. In a moment of pure desperation and adrenaline, the investigator attempts to strike the spirit with a piece of wood before fleeing the scene in terror.
A'udzubillahiminasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. A'udzu birabbin nas, malikin nas, ilahin nas, min syarril waswasil khannas, alladzi yuwaswisu fi sudurin nas, minal jinnati wan nas. Allahu akbar. Siapa gue? Ngapa ganggu aku? Siapa gue? Oh, tepuk gue ya. Tuh, pedes. Allahu Akbar.
Astagfirullahaladzim. 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 Ada sesuatu.
In a cemetery in the Philippines, a paranormal investigator hunts for the legendary manananggal, a self-segmenting creature. While navigating the tombstones, he spots a figure standing in the distance. As he approaches, he is shocked to find a gruesome, incomplete torso hovering before him, the signature look of the horrific entity. Despite the danger, he tries to get closer, only for a terrifying event to unfold as the creature reacts to his presence.
Gumagalaw-galaw. Gumagalaw-galaw, nakita nyo? Yan o. Yung ba? Yan o. Ba ng manananggal. Balat ito mga lods. Yan. Grabe. Yan o. Nakita na gumagalaw pa mga lods.
Uy, wala, ano yun?
Gumagalaw-galaw pa. Parang may papalapit ha. Ayan yung ano, tingnan nyo, nakita nyo.
The team from CAPS Steward and SatPam Explore returns to a site previously known for poking sightings to see if the spirits have moved on. Instead of a poken, they are startled by high-pitched cackling coming from the canopy above. Shining their lights upward, they capture a clear and terrifying image of a red kuntilanak perched high in the branches. Despite their attempts to remain calm and pray, the spirit continues to laugh at them, forcing the group to flee as the entity remains perched, watching their every move.
Iya, kuntilanak tuh.
Kuntilanak, boy.
Kuntilanak. Kuntilanak.
Gak apa-apa ke dilewatin? Hah?
Lewat belakang gak apa kalau
Itu apakah masih ada apa enggak? Oke teman-teman. Tuh. Ketawa, dengar nggak?
Mana sih tadi pohonnya ini ya? Ini tadi pohonnya. Allahu Akbar. Masih ada. Masih ada. Tadi katanya hilang. Allahu Akbar. Jangan lari, jangan lari. Jangan lari, jangan lari. Ini tinggi banget loh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma barik lana. Allah. Allahu Akbar.
Investigator on Moment seeks shelter in an old hut within an ancient forest just as a massive storm begins to brew. As torrential rain pours down, he hears heavy thumping sounds and notices a foul, pungent odor filling the air. He quickly sets up a camera to monitor the perimeter of the hut. The footage reveals a poking standing outside in the downpour, its presence coinciding with the strange hopping noises he heard moments before. In this terrifying follow-up, an investigator from Satpam Explorer is already on edge after being chased by a Pokken earlier in the night. As he attempts to flee the dense forest, he stops when he notices a strange white figure lurking in the shadows just ahead of him. The atmosphere takes a sickening turn as he describes a sudden, overwhelming stench of decay filling the air. Just as the smell peaks, a disembodied laugh rings out through the trees, sending the explorer into a frantic panic as he realizes the shroud-bound entity is closer than he ever imagined.
Allahu falaka suntum wa bika amantum wa ala rizqika afartum bi rahmatika. Allahu
A camping duo seeking a thrill set up their tent near a remote riverbank, only to be woken by frantic screaming outside their shelter. After a perimeter sweep yields no results, they return to sleep, but the terror escalates when a woman's moaning is heard directly above their heads. One of the campers checks the live CCTV feed and freezes in horror as he sees a pair of glowing eyes staring down from the tree directly over the tent. Despite his friend's skepticism, the footage clearly shows a monstrous entity watching them from the canopy.
Dari atas. Ada manggil itu.
Apa itu di atas itu?
Itu pantulan cahaya apa?
Apa itu di atas itu?
Itu pantulan cahaya apa?
Bisa ngeliat CCTV bang dia. Matanya nyala.
Pohon kayu kayak apa? Kita cek ya. Di atas pohon kayu. Di sana CCTV teman-teman. Atas pohon kayu mana ya? Kok nggak ada?
Moman from the channel Camping Horror decided to test his bravery by spending the night in a forest local villagers claim is cursed. Late into the night, the silence is shattered by the piercing screams of a woman echoing from high above the trees. While he initially finds nothing upon checking the area, his stationary CCTV camera captures what he missed. Perched high in the branches, a pale kuntilanak is seen looking down at his campsite, her presence confirmed by the chilling whispers recorded near his tent.
Dan saya mendengarkan ya beberapa kali, entah tadi menit keberapa, entah terekam atau tidak teman-teman, itu kayak ada suara-suara bisikan perempuan.
Renowned investigator Kit Pranaluyu explores an abandoned Swiftlit house to debunk local legends of a dark presence within its walls. As he navigates the decaying rooms, heavy footsteps and strange noises echo from the floor above. Upon climbing the stairs to investigate, his flashlight illuminates a pitch-black figure crawling rapidly across the floor right in front of him. To make matters worse, his flashlight suddenly fails, leaving him trapped in total darkness with a vengeful entity that refuses to let him leave.
Kampret! Dirjen, saya mati lagi. Senternya mati. Kampret. Kampret lu, kaget gue. Muncul. Sialan.
Hadeard Adventure sought total isolation by camping in a bamboo forest surrounded by water, far from any human settlement. The night starts quietly until strange noises prompt him to inspect the dark perimeter around his tent. Finding nothing, he retreats inside his shelter, completely unaware that a pale apparition has manifested directly behind him as he enters. It isn't until he checks his newly installed CCTV cameras that he realizes the forest's inhabitants were watching him from the moment he stepped inside his tent.
Ini saya sudah pasang CCTV ya teman-teman. Tapi masalah.
Returning to a haunt he first visited a month prior, an investigator discovers that the malevolent spirits have not moved on. While trying to distance himself from a strange figure peeking from behind the trees, he hears the clear, heartbreaking sound of a woman crying in the brush. The sobbing grows louder and more frantic until a voice clearly begs for help from the darkness. Terrified by the intelligent interaction, he realizes the entity is the same one that chased him before, and it has no intention of letting him escape this time.
Ini sudah hampir 1 bulan ya, terakhir saya ke sini. Dan memang ternyata sosok yang kemarin itu memang masih ada.